Hey, what's up everyone, it's COLONELDAMNEDERS here, and you may notice that I sound a little bit different. That's because I'm using this. It is my Canon 750D and I'm using a video micro and I've got a light and it looks great and I'm really pleased with it. But the thing is, I bought a camera, so I'm going to be using it a little bit more. You might see some more of this, you might see my lovely Hawaiian shirts. I'm going to be getting a few more of those, don't you worry about that. But without any more, let's get into the video. And before I do, thank you so much for the 200 subscribers. We just hit it like yesterday. I'm so excited, I'm so happy. Thank you so much everyone, I promise you will not regret it. Let's freaking go. Right, number 10 is Planetary Annihilation. Let's start with the good things. It looks really, really pretty. Like, the art style is super great, it's a little cartoony, all the explosions look great. Also, the actual idea is really good, but that's the problem. It's an idea, it's destroying planets, it's not like a full game. The campaign mode is terrible, it's so easy, you just go against the same AI, which is awful, over and over again, and research new things which don't really make any difference apart from, oh, I can build a bot, but it doesn't really matter because you can just rush the enemy anyway and it doesn't do anything because it's AI and it is terrible. It's also really system demanding because the devs kind of made it and then abandoned it, so that's really great. Oh, and it's only £30.99 for a game that's been out for loads of years. And the initial game, Planetary Annihilations, came out and it was about that price, and then they brought out Titans, which was a £5 upgrade, or the same price as the old game. So you could get the brand new game if you'd not bought it before, or if you'd bought the game before, you had to pay £5 to upgrade for 4 more units. It's ridiculous. But it is a fun game and the concept is really cool and it's amazing to see a planet get destroyed. So if you can pick it up on sale, I'd recommend it, but if not, you're not really missing out. Next up, we have Ashes of the Singularity. Now this game is good. It requires a lot of macro though. Like, I like Total War, but Cav, I am terrible because it just requires so much macro. You need to say, go here, do that, you know, come back, cycle charge. I can't bother with that. I just like to set it and forget it. That's why I like games where you can just, you know, make your big army, say, attack, move over it, and then just take care of everything else. It's really, really good, but it's not quite there for me. It's too much micro. You do get a wide range of units from like little dudes that like fire little balls of energy to like massive things that fire huge lasers, and it sounds amazing. The art and the sound in this game is really great, and the soundtrack's super cool, and I really enjoy that. It gets really intense when you're in those battles, but it's just too much micro. Also, because it looks so great, you do need a fairly beefy computer to run it. It's also really difficult. Like, I was playing on normal, and I'm not that bad at strategy games, and I was struggling against this AI. It might be because it's really good, it might be because I'm terrible at micro. Either way, it is a pretty hard game if you ask me. Top it off, it also comes with a great campaign mode. There's loads of missions, there's also lots of DLC which add lots of missions. The base price of this one is £23.79, which is a pretty good price, but the full price for all the DLC is £37.74, which again is a pretty decent price for a full game with lots of content. You can easily get like a few hundred hours out of this game. If you played every skirmish mode and every campaign mission, you could easily get a few hundred hours out of this. The only thing I wish they did add is more factions, but other than that, it's a great game. If you can pick it up on a decent sale, I would highly recommend it. Number 7, we have Supreme Commander Forged Alliance. Now, Supreme Commander 2 was one of the first strategy games I ever played and I really enjoyed it. It was super intimate. All I could do was just build artillery, which I think is the coolest thing. I always love artillery, even to this day. And Supreme Commander 2 is what started that love. And Supreme Commander Forged Alliance, it just improves in everything. The unit roster is massive. Like, you are talking over 100 units. And you've got 4 factions to pick up with all those units spread out. And you've got everything from little tanks to walking robots to huge spiders to aircraft carriers. It's awesome. The maps as well, they are massive, so you can have these huge literal wars going on your screen at once. Obviously this does require a semi-beefy computer because it did come out a while ago, but as long as you've got, like, I've got a 970, it runs it pretty smoothly unless there's a lot going on, but you know, what computer is going to keep up with that much stuff going on? I think you'll be okay. Again, this one does have a lot of micro and it can be quite difficult because the AI is actually really good, which I think is a good thing because it challenges you to become better at strategy games. So I would highly recommend playing this, learning that difficulty curve and playing through the whole campaign, which is super hard. I don't think I've played through it all because it's so hard, but it made me better at strategy games, better at micro, and I cannot recommend this one enough. And for a low price of £8.99, you don't even need to wait for sales. Go get it right now. What are you waiting for? Next, we have Bloons Tower Defense 5. You may be thinking Bloons is a strategy game, it's a tower defense game, but yes, it does require some strategy. Okay, you can just, you know, spam towers, but I think there is a lot more to it than that. It's one of those games that's really easy to pick up, but difficult to master. Like, once you get to hard levels on hard difficulties, you cannot tell me it is easy and you can just play it idly. Every map is like learning the game all over again. There's the Ring Around the Rose, which is my favourite because it's super easy. And then there's ones like the Ice Rink where they go like into the 4 corners, and there's ones where they're like going all spaghetti all over the place. There's loads of maps, so there's loads to learn. The only problem I do have with it is that once you've unlocked all the towers through the progression system in the game, you do tend to run out of steam a little bit. Like, all that's left is to collect all the medals on all the maps, and I'm not really that completionist type, so once I run out of progression, I kind of stop playing. But this game is great if you're ill and you just want, you know, to chill out and play some strategy games. I would highly recommend it. And it's only £6.99. How can you say no? Oh, and it runs on literally anything. I have a graphics calculator from when I failed maths and it would run on this. I promise you, it is that easy. Coming in at number 6, we have Banished. You generally do have to think like, do I have enough wood? Do I have enough food? Do I have enough houses to support all these people that I'm bringing in with the extra food and the extra houses? Do I need more wood? And then it just kind of keeps going on until you get to the end game and you're like, wow, I have this sprawling town, I don't know what's going on, but people are surviving and it's winter and they're complaining. Again, this is one of those that runs on anything because it's not that old, but it has got a really nice graphics style that's very simple and it runs on literally anything. I have a piece of crap laptop and it runs on that so easily. You can play it for ages until you get a massive sprawling town without ever having to worry about performance. Maps are always also randomly generated through seeds and through names, so you know you're going to be able to play this as many times as you want and get theoretically a different map every single time as long as you keep inputting a different number. Also, the modding in this game is so great. The Colonial mod, I can't remember the exact name of it, I'll put it right here. It is great. Download it and play with it, it will change the game. It adds so many buildings, it's like it was there from the start. But I highly recommend Banished. And it's £14.99. So if you're not convinced, wait for a sale, pick it up. I promise you, you will not regret it. Coming in at number 5, we have Star Wars Empire at War Gold Pack, because you can't get it without it. This is a game from years ago. I have a literal box staring at me on my shelf over there. I'm not going to get out because it'll make a mess. But it is, in my opinion, the best Star Wars strategy game there is. It is just so cool. It features lots of units like the Star Destroyers, X-Wings, Y-Wings, Han Solo in the Millennium Falcon. It features the Empire, AT-ATs, AT-STs, Speeders, Stormtroopers, Rebels, and then it has this DLC which adds Star Wars Pirates. That's how cool this game is. It adds pirates to Star Wars. Of course, because it's so old, it runs on literally anything. This does come at the cost of the AI being a bit basic because of the time, the graphics being a bit basic because of the time, and the scale being a little bit basic because of the time. So this means is the maps are quite small and compact, and the AI just kind of sits there and makes little attacks to you, but it won't ever come with like a full invasion force. As long as you make a big enough army, you can basically take anything without losing much. But it is great. If you're a Star Wars fan, I cannot recommend getting this enough. It is £15.49 though, so if you're not totally convinced, again, wait for a sale. It will happen all the time because it's so old. Number 4 is They Are Billions. I love zombies. Call of Duty, I have so many hours on zombies, it's actually kind of disgusting. Please don't look at my Steam, it's kind of embarrassing. They Are Billions kind of takes that and makes it into this beautiful steampunk colony survival strategy type thing. It's really intense. It recently came out of early access as well, so it's got this campaign mode where you kind of pick a champion, then certain missions you have to like walk through, kind of like a dungeon crawler, like Diablo-esque thing. It's super duper fun. The campaign mode though, it does ramp up in difficulty. This game is oppressively hard. The survival mode that came out before the campaign, it had difficulty sliders. I tried playing on the easiest and I still couldn't complete it. It's that damn hard, but it's so damn good. You see like massive robots going against these hordes of zombies and just flaming them down and shooting them. Just watch the trailer, I'll put it on screen now. Look how many zombies there are. They are literally billions and they are coming for you. It has a great campaign mode, it has a great survival mode, and at the cost of £23.99 today for a game that just came out, that is a really great price for how much game you get and how much time you can put into this game before you actually master it. Cannot recommend it enough. Please pick up this game and I will take the blame if you don't like it, okay? Okay, coming up in 3rd place, the bronze medal, is Frostpunk. Now this game is so cool, and that's not just a nice pun, you know what I'm saying? Now, it's a fairly simple premise. You basically got your generator in the middle, and you need to expand the city outwards while keeping the people warm, fed, you know, all the usual suspects. But the difference is, it's going to get colder, it's going to get warmer. You need more coal when it gets colder, because obviously you need to burn it hotter to keep the people warmer, and then when it gets warmer you can use a bit less, but well, you need more food, because you know people need more food when they're hungry and it's hot, you know, they're sweating, they need more food, they're working hard, they need food, and they need houses, and then you find more people, you need to bring them, and you need houses and food and coal for them, and it just becomes this mess of things. But it's so well made. I love this game. I've played so much of this game only on the first scenario. I played so much before the other ones even came out. I played it so many times, and I've tried to complete it a bunch of times in each of the ways, because there are 2 ways. I'm not going to tell you how. It is a really good challenge, but once you get the trick, it does kind of become easy to pass each scenario. Like once you've learned, okay, I have to just build loads of coal and loads of food right from the start, start stockpiling it, it does kind of take the surprise out of it. Like the first time that I played and saw the thing that happens at the end of the first scenario, spoilers, I was like, oh my god, that is so scary. How am I going to survive that? What am I going to do? And then it came and I survived and I was like, yeah! Actually, no, I died like the first 5 times I played this game, but that's besides the point, okay? Also, when it gets really intense, the soundtrack of this game is beautiful. Like, it gets you holding onto your seat like, come on guys, they're going to make it. They're going to make it. You get so tense and get so into it. It's so cinematic. I love this game.
We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north.
Again, £24.99. That is a little bit steep for a game with not loads of content that you can't sink loads of hours in. I highly recommend it if you're interested in this sort of thing, like city building, snow, intensity. You know, if you're interested in any of these things, pick it up. It is worth it, I promise you. On to number 2. Now this was difficult. Civilization 6. I know a lot of people are going to be angry I didn't pick 5, because 5 is like, it was my favourite, and then I played 6, and I still thought 5 was my favourite, and then I played 6 more, and I realised that 6 is technically better in every single way, because it adds a lot of things and makes a lot of things better, even if it doesn't seem to begin with. Let me explain. Basically everything that you can think of in 5, 6 basically adds something onto that and makes it better and makes it deeper, and not necessarily makes it more complicated. It is a more complex game. Coming from 5 to 6, it felt like a different game. I had to go through the tutorial, listen to what all she was saying, like, you need to do this is how you get food, this is how you get housing, this is how you get happiness. It's completely different to 5, so you need to go with an open mindset, but I promise you, if you give it a chance, you will really, really like this game. It is super good. If you're interested in history as well, there's loads of factions to play as, which I suppose is races. So you can play as like Poland, Brazil, Australia, the UK, America, the Arabs, the Egyptians, the Greeks, the Romans. There's so many factions. If you want to play your home country, go ahead. England's kind of crap, so I don't do that. But there are so many different There's so many different people to play as, so you'll never really run out of content with this. There's also many ways to win. You can get the domination, the science, the cultural, or the religious victory, and they're all very different, require very different approaches. And you can kind of go for them all at once, and then when you get to the end, you can be like, boom, I'm going to go science, or boom, I'm going to religion you. You can kind of work on them all simultaneously, so it never feels like you're not working towards something, which is really great in these sorts of games, because I hate when you're just clicking next turn and doing nothing. The issue I have with this game is really pricey. Like, the base game is £49.99. That is the most expensive thing we have on this list by a mile. And the complete game, with all the DLC, is £135.91. Needless to say, I didn't pay that. I got it on sale for like £60 for the full thing, which is still heinous, but goddamn, it's a good game. All that being said, I do still recommend this game. If you can get it on a sale, I would definitely pick it up. It is so worth it. You can play for ages. If you have friends, you can play for ages with those. Unfortunately, I have none, so I have no experience of that, but hey, you never know. On to number 1. And let's be honest, it wasn't really surprised that it's going to be this. It's Total War, Warhammer 1. I'm kidding, it's totally 2, because it's got everything. It's got RTS, it's got turn-based. I can basically play Civ and then go in and play Supreme Commander, but you know, with lizards and elves and dwarves and things, which is really fun. There's so much diversity, especially with all the DLC, which I'll get to in a sec. You get the lizards, you get the elves, you get the beastmen, you get the wood elves, you get the dark elves, you get the empire, you get the dwarves, you get the greenskins, you get the chaos warriors. You get so much stuff in this one game. I have over 200 hours and I have not played a full campaign as every single race. That's kind of the idea of the race guides, but that's besides the point. I have so many hours in this game. I don't know how to play every race yet. That's how deep this game is, and that is why I love it so much. Is huge scale, especially on the Mortal Empires, which is my favourite thing that's ever been added to a game ever. It's massive. You can literally sink hundreds of hours into one game, which I think is just the best thing. It's also on sale quite often, which is quite a regular thing with strategy games. I'm not sure why, because you get a lot of game for your money. So I don't know what Steam game is, but hey, I'm not going to complain. I can pick up all this stuff for half the price. Speaking of DLC, the base cost for Warhammer 2 is £39.99, but it's practically always on sale, so you can get it for like £20-ish. The complete cost for Warhammer 2 and all its DLC is £75.94, which again is pretty expensive, but if you get it all on the sale, that's like what, £40-50? That's pretty good. The complete Warhammer experience, I'm going to call it, which gets you Mortal Empires, all the races, everything you could ever want, is £169.87. And I never thought I'd say this, but that is totally worth it. Even if you can't get it on a sale, there is so much game here. Over 200 hours. So if I paid all that full price, which I haven't, I'd have well over £1 per hour. I could go on and on gushing about this game, but I'm going to have to cut it there. It's my favourite strategy game of all time until Warhammer 3 comes out, because goddamn, let's hope it blows it out of the water. But that concludes this list. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment if you've got any changes you'd like me to make to this list, like is your favourite Supreme Commander Forged Alliance and you think it should be at the top. Tell me that, I want to know. And subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. After all, it is free. For now though, I was COLONELDAMNEDERS, and I will see you next turn.